how's it going? What are you saying? Got the red nail polish on today, so feeling feisty. Actually, that's not true. I'm feeling a little bit tired, so I was going to get some marbles, glass balls, implanted in my arm for fun, and for aesthetic reasons. I may be getting some horns at some point, but they will be balls. Interestingly, we will see. I'm not sure where I sit with it yet, so working on that. Anyway, enough about me and the expression of the body, one's body. What I will say about that is I had to think about that because, once again, I'm not really into the trans ideology. I don't believe you can change your gender. I am into self expression and adornment, decoration of one's system. I think that, I have to really look at the dermal spaces, the implant spaces. Are they, if you are trying to cut away or change what is inherently at your core, I'm not in agreement with it. Sorry, and I think that we're lying to people by saying that you can do that. Anyway, so that's that. The other thing that I will say is, so I've chosen three cards. I already made a Facebook Live, so yes, these cards are already selected. You can see on my Facebook Live that I recorded just before this. Anyway, so we have three cards. One is the Wheel of Fortune, which is about a important moment or a moment within your life. It can be quick change, quick direction, things that move quick, unexpectedly sometimes. But I always see it as a bit of a button. So you're kind of pushing a button in your life, and it's like, whoa, this is a real monumental moment. So we also have the Judgment card here, which is things coming up and out to the surface. And we've got the Four of Swords, which is about rest and relaxation. So how do all of these things come together? Because once again, you've got the energy of the individual cards, and then you've got how those cards are interconnected. So they, the way I would read this is that, if you are experiencing an important moment in your life, things are shifting, changing. I say this, it's like if you have a broken arm or if you are sick, it's much more obvious that you need time to rest. When you are having a spiritual process or an emotional process and things come up and they move and they shift, we do not always give ourselves compassion and grace enough to go slow. And I understand it was difficult. It's sometimes not easy to do that. But, other people cannot always see the shifts that you are having internally. And if you've moved something that you've carried for 15 years, 20 years, and boom, comes up really quickly. Often happens sometimes in the sessions that I do with people, They see me for an hour, sometimes it's tarot, whatever. And in that moment, they move something, We open a door, boom, it all comes up, it all comes out, judgment, um, there needs to be a good aftercare space, an integration space. A good reader, a good psychic will say to you, listen, this is going to be your ongoing process. You need to know, you don't need to think about this stuff for too much for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Go slow, listen to your body, ground, integrate, nourish yourself, look after you. If you can take time away from doing what you do that. Go into nature, whatever it is that is going to help you ground and root the space. Because once again, you could make a leap very quickly that to the eye, nobody else can see. Because sometimes other people ain't got the gift of vision. So yeah, what I'm saying is be gentle with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, be kind with yourself if you are experiencing great change. Because, it can take a while for it all to integrate. If you move emotion, deep emotion, you are going to reset your nervous system. You're going to rewire your neural pathways. Your conditioning, your programming, your behaviors are going to shift and change. That's like a system overhaul. You need to let your body catch up because energetically you can shift, spiritually you can shift, and then it takes a while to trickle down into the physical material earthly plane. You understand? So that's that. The word of the day was brotherhood, which I think that I don't like it when people call me brother because I ain't your brother. I got sisters. Yeah. I think family and roots and foundation are very important. You know, I understand that sometimes people want to cultivate connection with people. And yes, I do believe that we are all children of this larger, bigger thing that is God. We come from the same space, you know? So I understand, I get it, and I think we should respect that and give people kindness and compassion and also look after ourselves and have boundaries and protect ourselves and not let people treat us like shit because that's self love. But yeah, the one of the principles in spiritualism, which is where I gained my foundation from, was the brotherhood of man, which once again is just saying that we all come from the same place. So treat others how you want to be fucking treated, you know? Some people did not get that memo. So that is that. It also makes me think of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants from X-Men, which I love the X-Men because I think I always had an affinity towards it because they all have gifts, unique gifts, and it's got fucking superpowers, which is amazing. Do not lose your connection to your inner child. You know, you don't need to. So I think that that is it, is what I will say. I need to pick that card up from the floor at some point. But if you want to work with me, you can. KyleTreslove.com. If you want to give these videos, you can. PayPal at Kyle Treslove. Like I will always say. So I've got moon meetings spaces. So that's an ongoing year space for moon meetings. If you want to meet once a month on the full moon for a year, you get a report. It's 2-hour sessions, and it connects to the Vedic system, not the Western, which is actually the accurate system when you look up into the sky. I've also got my apprenticeship, so that's a year-long apprenticeship. You learn all of the psychic modalities, and you get there's a curriculum. There you also get a report. And we meet twice monthly for a year. So there's spaces for those. I have ongoing courses for your own development as well. So we've got just psychic development, or we've got if you are going through a process and you need support through that process, I do that too. So there is that. There's couples counselling. There's business direction. It's all on the website. Go check it out. And I think that that is it. I need to go make a TikTok and a Mr. Black video. Like I will always say, remember, all is good, all is God, all is love. Until we connect again soon in a bit.